John chapter 9, a picture of spiritual conversion. Verse 1. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. Verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? 3. Jesus answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. 4. I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh, when no man can work. 5. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. 6. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay. Verse 7. And said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore and washed and came seeing. 8. The neighbors therefore, and they which before had seen him that he was blind, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? 9. Some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. 10. Therefore said they unto him, How were thy eyes open? 11. He answered and said, A man that is called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said unto me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. A picture of the spiritual state of a lost sinner. Verse 12. Then said they unto him, Where is he? He said, I know not. 13. They brought to the Pharisees him that aforetime was blind. 14. And it was the Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. 15. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he could receive his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and do see. 16. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of God, because he keepeth not the Sabbath day. Others said, How can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them. 17. They say unto the blind man again, What sayest thou of him that he has opened thy eyes? He said, He is a prophet. 18. But the Jews did not believe concerning him that he had been blind and received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight. 19. And they asked them, saying, Is this your son, who ye say was born blind? How then does he now see? 20. His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. 21. But by what means he now seeth, we know not, or who hath opened his eyes, we know not. He is of age. Ask him, he shall speak for himself. 22. These words spake his parents, because they feared the Jews. For the Jews had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. Verse 22 again. These words spake his parents because they feared the Jews, for the Jew had agreed already that if any man did confess that he is Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. Verse 23. Therefore said his parents, he is of age, ask him. The race of the Pharisees. 24. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said unto him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. 25. He answered and said, Whether he be a sinner or no, I know not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. 26. Then said they to him again, What did he to thee? How opened he thy eyes? 27. He answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear. Therefore would ye hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? 28. Then they reviled him and said, Thou art his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. 29. We know that God spake unto Moses. As for his fellow, we know not from whence he is. 30. The man answered and said unto them, Why, herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he hath opened my eyes. 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshipper of God, and doeth his will, him he heareth. 32. Since the world began now, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? Verse 32 again. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? Verse 32 again. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? 33. If this man were not of God, he could do nothing. 34. They answered and said unto him, Thou wast altogether born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. The actual conversion of the blind man. So verse 35, Jesus heard that they had cast him out. And when he had found him, he said unto him, Dost thou believe on the Son of God? 36. He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? 37. And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. 38. And he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. Spiritual blindness. 39. And Jesus said, For judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind. 40. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words, and said unto him, Are we be blind also? 41. Jesus said unto them, If ye were blind, ye should have no sin. But now ye say, We see, Therefore your sin remaineth.